light.
But a lot of it's kind of walking and memorizing solutions to puzzles.
Oh, I must be God. I can move. I can talk. I can walk. I hover to and fro
Alright, so
above
timer
the
starts.
surface. Plain
Alright,
it is.
I'm not going to be able to click that link till the load screen.
This is amazing.
Actually, I can probably click it.
Universe. A bit bland.
Let's check it out.
A bland universe is better than no universe. Still,
Oh man, it's a Twitch
I
video.
feel the need for progress. I need a direction. I need a destination. An end to my beginning. An omega to my alpha. But how can there be progress without a destination? Aha! A path! A narrow path that leads to a destination.
So you're aiming at the specter with your ghost. Wait, what? So you just like get out of the vehicle and lunge?
I see a large wall. I press on.
That's pretty cool.
No, walls are
How does that
solid.
work?
Can't
Like,
do
what's the
that.
button
Note
combo?
yourself, cannot walk through walls. I control the world with a wave of my figurative hand.
Oh shit, I got stuck on that wall.
I have no need for hands, apparently. I think I need some trimmings. Something to spruce the place up a bit. Make my universe heavenly.
Made my
To
own
reflect
stream
my
buffer.
worth and godlike status. Grand. It needs colour. Gold. Lots of gold. To reflect my immense wealth.
Can't believe Rana
Abundance of
Bundana didn't even
goldness.
come
Also
to the
to
chat.
reflect my love of reflective metals. Whoa. Okay, that's it. A temple. That's the right kind of place for a
Fuck,
god
dude.
to live.
So
A button! Push the button. Escape the box.
That's stuck on a ledge.
Bend my figurative knees and jump. The
Hold
world
X and
moves
something.
downwards,
Hold on, let me press
away
these
from
buttons.
me, the center of my own little universe. I translate the world as if it were mine. Well, yeah, which it is. As an artist, I need to define my influences. Who are my influences?
Hold X and
Myself.
spam click the trigger.
I inspire myself. I need
Sounds
inspiration.
simple enough.
I aspire to be myself.
Oh, Rana went to work. Yeah, I remember now. I saw actually the title of his stream and it was like ILs before work, so it actually makes sense that he disappeared. So yeah, the time I got for that first prologue was a 2:03, which is very typical for the prologue. Like being right around 2 minutes is like a typical time. If I was on PC, it would probably be a little bit faster, but again, I didn't want to pay $20, so I decided, fuck it, I'll just play on Xbox. Because it's like free this month.
Lead me, path. Lead me to my destination.
So this level is pretty interesting. It's
Onwards.
like you have to look at these
Passing gate is a
eyeballs
sign of progress along my
on
path.
posts, and they like
Must
open
admit,
doors for you.
I rather enjoy the progress. However,
have
it
to look
seems
at
I am
both
met
these
with a new
eyeballs.
challenge at every turn. These
They
challenges
open
require
doors.
knowledge. Slightly worrying. As a god, I consider myself all-knowing. Why is it I must stop?
That was kind of slow because I like, if an eyeball goes off the screen, then you're technically not looking at it, so
Watching.
the door starts to
Give it
close.
uneasy. Not a fan of onlookers, to be honest. That which I can see exists.
So here's an eyeball in the
A bench.
ceiling.
Brilliant. Something to rest my figurative head upon from all that adventurous walking. But I must be honest with myself. As a god,
Go
I
through
feel
that
no
door.
real need to rest.
Here there's an
Why I make
eyeball
a
on this
bench.
bookshelf they
Really
have to
makes
pull
sense.
out so
Maybe
that
I
you
should
open the
rest
door
as an
down the
example
hallway.
to others. No, there are no others. Don't understand why I filled the place with pots either. I don't have
Just
anything
back
to
up into
store.
it.
Maybe I should make lemonade. I need to invent lemons first. A few other
You want a
things
way to
too.
do it in a
Time to
full
start a
game
list of
run?
inventions.
Are there any
Lemons,
instances in Halo
sweetness,
2's
a
campaign where
tongue. I
like
don't need a tongue, but I need a body
you need to
first.
go from a
Legs. I
vehicle
want
to a
legs,
sword
then I can have the
flying? Sure there
legs to
are.
accompany my walking. I find myself
Your sword flying as much as
feeling
possible in
for a god.
easy mode at least.
Aha! There it is! Hiding. And I'm afraid not even you could escape my powers of
That was a
observation.
pretty quick. Yeah, that was a pretty quick chapter 1. So yeah, the second level is chapter 1. Because, you know, I guess that's how the game is. It starts with the prologue. You're trying to find something? Well, good luck, dude. I hope you find something good. That would be cool. It'll be the Captain Strat. The Stole Captain Strat.
Where did all this marble come from? Because it's
So
just
here, like,
here.
you move things by
I
looking at
guess
them.
as
So like
God,
this.
I made it. I can't
Just by
remember
looking
ever
at
making
that
any of this
eye.
there. Marble requires great
I move
heat,
the marble
pressure,
out
and
so
time
that I
to
can
form.
walk across.
So how did I make it? Did I just pop it into existence? I guess I could do that. Or did I have it in another universe cooking for a couple of million years?
Staircase.
Both are reasonable. Maybe both. Changing it up. I need to work on my memory.
You don't want to look at
Look
this
at
door
this.
that's coming up.
The
or else
world
it'll
bends
close
to
if you're
my
looking
will.
at it. So that's why I
More
look at the
evidence of
ground
my deity.
and kind
The
of
immense
angled.
power of my mind. Bow before
This
my
door you
ample
won't look
brow,
at.
for I can move things with just a glance.
So this is
Fear
a new
my
strat that I might
gaze,
screw
lest
up.
I move you
We'll see how
around.
it goes.
What a polite door.
I fucked it
Opening
up
itself
completely.
upon
That's fine
my
though.
approach. The right
Because like
way
the
to
regular
treat your
strat's
door.
just to
I shall give you
open
great
the bridge
treasures
like
for your
that, so-
compliance. This door.
Basically, the
what a
faster way to do it would be
conniving
to
door. You can see its proud look as it attempts to thwart me.
jump across
Why
without
can't
having
you
to
be like
rotate
that
the bridge.
other
Sort of
door?
jumped off that
other
wall
door had respect.
onto the bridge and
I
then
have
back
bested you,
across.
door. Are you not moved? Rotate about me, bridge. Bow to my
So that's
rotational
fine.
power.
You know.
I wonder if this is normal. Moving things with your mind. It must be.
It's a nice strat just because
That
it's
cannot be
like not
contested.
super risky.
Normal is the norm, and as the only thing, I must be normal. I am mighty.
Okay.
I rather enjoy moving heavy marble with my mind.
Walk to
It would be a
here.
tough job to move this marble by hand, to be honest.
Oh shit! I should have looked
What
at
are
this
hands?
longer. That's fine.
I can move.
Probably
these
lost a
with
second.
My mind. I wonder if I could move them to laughter or tears. They seem to be quite emotionally dead. But with enough anthropomorphism, I'm sure they would lighten up. Thank you, bridges, for bringing things together. I wonder if
Alright, so that this bridge by like
they're my creation.
falling down
Is
while
to
looking
thank
at the
them, to
eyeball,
thank
it
myself.
lifts the bridge up.
Well, thank me.
This is the
My
only like
excellence.
up here is like the
This world seems
coolest but
counterintuitive.
trickiest part of the run.
Not
It's the
entirely
fling.
Sure what's going on. I seem to be
These
playing
like
a series
things
of
rotate
practical jokes
when
on
you look
myself.
around.
Who constructs a world like this?
And you can
A
fling
world that
yourself
attempts
like
to
that.
confound me at
It's
every
a
turn.
pretty. It's like the
Why
most
did I
fun
make such
strat.
a world? Makes me feel
I'd
smart,
say.
I guess. How gratuitously self-indulgent. As a god, I can turn any situation to my advantage.
So that's pretty good. And yeah, tomato goatee. It's a puzzle game. And that's cool, Captain, that you were able to find a trick after like so many years of people messing with the game. It's like crazy that you could find something new like that, because I've never seen that before. It's really sick. And tomato, I mean, I understand why you'd say that, but I'd say it's an insult to Antichamber to call this game anything near that,
Every room of this
because
world
Antichamber
seems
is
to
an
be
incredible
carefully
game,
crafted for me. A hidden
and I highly
hand
guarantee
woven
playing
through
it
the fabric of
if
the
you haven't.
universe. A fingerprint everywhere. A different
If
hidden
you haven't
hand
played it yet,
guiding
it
my
is
footsteps.
like seriously
The origins are mystery.
like a mind-blowing game.
Why a mystery? Gods should know.
Like
all
absolutely
things.
worth your money.
Gods are creators. I must have created this world. If not, why would the world have the appearance of?
And it's like usually on
Perhaps
sale
as
and
I
it's really
speak, a
cheap.
subconscious part of me is busy making them
But like I did
mystery.
speedruns of
It is
Antichamber
my
and I had a
world.
lot of fun with that
I must
game.
be working hard right now to build the next room, or perhaps my mind.
So
creates
if you're gonna
secrets
like,
of
if you're
order
thinking
out
about
of
buying a
the
game
chaos.
just to buy it,
This world is
Antichamber I
clearly
would
the world of a mind.
absolutely
It is full of
recommend.
inorganic patterns
is a
and
good
purposeful
game.
architecture. Could a series of complex interactions create an agent possible of making
Come on.
purposeful change in an environment?
This
If
maze
that
is
were
a
the
pain
case,
in the ass.
then it would make a compelling argument for a world without craft. Still, a world optimized for some function might.
Like I have really high
Here's a
sensitivity
question
just for
you.
that.
If I was to
puzzle.
study the corner of a
It's
board,
look up and down
could
so
I
much.
infer the rules of the game? Perhaps if I use my godlike powers of intuition.
Basically
How
I've
can I understand
I've
a world
memorized
with a
all the
slice? Sometimes
solutions
if
to all the
empirical
puzzles.
knowledge is required, surely. Not everything can be
It's the only way to
inductive or
speed run this
deductive.
game.
What good is a challenge?
Like this for instance,
Does
it's
the
just
creator wish to teach,
two,
or perhaps
two,
just entertain, some space to think, or maybe just to do something productive? If the world is made for me, for what purpose? Is it a test? Is it to be enjoyed? Is it to bring acclaim to its creator? As a god, I feel like I should have a stronger grasp of this.
never seen this game. Used to speedrun Antichamber a long time ago. Nice dude. That's awesome. I did a little bit of speedrunning of Antichamber. Of like a very like particular misc category that nobody cared about. But I thought it was fun. That was the shortest load
A
screen in the
state
game.
change on observation. Things in this
20
world
seconds.
can change. Apparently between only 2 states though, on and off. Hopefully not indicative of my state of mind. Binary, between 2 extremes, 2 poles if you will. But why does the world change between a few states? Changes only seem to occur in small degrees. Why? Why is the world quantized? It confuses me that there's a limited amount of states in this world. I think that there would be an infinite amount. Why would there need to be a limit unless there was a constraint? And why would there be a constraint? I sure hope it's due to incomprehensible macro-level relationships rather than the overwhelming simplicity of a system. That is a nightmare which I could not face. The implication would be clear. A wooden boy
That was
given the breath
pretty
of life.
good. Alright. Yeah, if you're thinking about buying this game, honestly, I'd say if you can get it for free, get it for free. Play it once, but I don't know. I don't think it's worth the $20 that they're asking for. Because it's pretty good, but none of the puzzles are like challenging. The story is like, it's kind of interesting. I mean, it's unique, right? I've never seen a story like this before. So it's unique in that sense, but like it's not a challenging game. You can, like a 5-year-old could solve the puzzles and get through it. So I don't know. I felt like it was a little bit of an insult
Grand! So many
to
doors. The
my
path still
intelligence
appears
as
to travel onwards behind a large gate.
just an average
There
person.
are
It was
faults
like,
in this path. An opportunity to travel.
Ah, fuck,
See
I
the
think I screwed
universe.
that
Go
up.
along any path I desire. All
yeah.
this travelling though.
So this puzzle's
I would
like really
a travelling
annoying.
companion. Someone to watch over me. Help decide where to go. Watch my back. Keep me company. Oh, but that's just silliness. I don't really need anyone. I'm a god. This world has rules, clearly. For one, I cannot walk through walls, which is disturbing. You'd think if I was a god, I could do what I wished. For the most part, I don't appear to be in control. Perhaps my subconscious is keeping the world in shape.
Nice, okay. That went pretty well.
A powerful part of mind.
Basically, you need to make all the tiles the same color
Subtle. I wonder what resides
to solve
in
the
this
puzzle.
subconscious. Those thoughts that I'm not aware
And in
of.
that one, you have to step on the floor tiles in a particular order to solve the puzzle. It's on sale for $6. Where? Is it on sale on PC? If so, if it's on sale on PC for $6, I might actually get it.
How does compartmentalization square with consciousness? This subconscious, what's that doing? Keeping secret knowledge. Even as a god, the idea of trudging through my subconscious is somewhat nightmarish. Some things best not known, even for the all-knowing. The sad thing about being a god is the crushing loneliness. I don't really feel I have an equal. This wall, for instance. Don't get me wrong, he's a smart-looking wall. I enjoy being around him. But he has little of interesting conversation. Very flat personality. Like the bridge from earlier. Very anthropomorphized.
That was a skip that I
I
found.
love giant
I'm pretty happy
machines.
about
The bigger the
finding.
machine, the
It's not a
better.
huge skip, it's only
This
like
is my idea of heaven.
5 to 10 seconds,
Something
but
about a giant machine that screams,
still something that's
"Godlike,
like unintended.
me and my machine."
It always feels nice to
Animated,
find something
as if
like that.
alive, but really just
like
a
obviously
closed
unintended.
system. They give the impression
You can, like,
they are
jump
full of
across
life,
those things.
they are just wheels and
Hey,
cogs
1010.
turning time.
Welcome, dude.
Ticking, clicking, and clacking
Glad you could
captions.
finally make it to a speedrun of Pneuma. I don't know, there's something that's nice about being like one of the first people to speedrun a game. I mean, the world record doesn't really mean much just because it's only like 5 people who've ever done a run. But it's like, just being like somebody who's finding strats and stuff.
If knowledge is in the
Feels
mind,
cool.
to be alone is to experience all of knowledge. All the substance of knowledge exists within mind. Therefore, to suppose another, whose mind was unknowable or transient, would suppose a world in which all knowing was an impossibility. So it follows that being alone serves.
It's just cool to be part of
my
like the
deity.
R&D and like the
This
discovery
way,
of
it
these
is a
things.
comfort to me that I am alone. Others would be a difficult
That's an annoying
problem.
puzzle because you have to
Stairway
kind of
to heaven, made of fool's
make sure the
gold.
steps are
Being alone is
separated at a
important.
particular
One might be
distance
ever
such
part of
that
a
you can make it up
conversation.
them.
One cannot have a full full idea of what is this.
But it also feels bad to waste a
To
ton of
be
time.
alone is to know the whole story. But still, this world
That was
seems
bad,
to attempt
'cause
to
I got
communicate
started.
something. The world is filled with part conversation. The writings on the walls, the walls themselves.
You found the trick and feel happy? Yeah, man. I mean,
let there
I
be
totally
yet
get how
more
you feel.
light.
Finding a trick in any game is pretty cool. It feels good. To be like, I don't know, to figure out something that nobody else has seen before. Or if they have seen it, they didn't realize it, and you were able to like figure it out in a way that
I am a genius.
it actually became meaningful.
Redundant where you're the lone wanderer of the universe.
So I didn't get
I
the
think I'd like a
cheese
goddess to share
cycle,
this
but
with. We could walk around and talk about gold. Perhaps waste away the time discussing how brilliant I am. She could bask in my intellect and compliment me on my immense wealth. Perhaps she'd look like me
I
too.
wasted a little bit of time there
Obviously,
because
she couldn't be as
I waited for the
handsome.
doors to
That would
open
be
all the way, but I
unthinkable.
didn't have
Could
to.
I create a goddess more majestic than myself? Could I create a rock that I couldn't lift? Well, apparently I can create doors I cannot open.
So here you have to just spin around this
What
thing
does a
until
goddess do, though?
you get a light shining.
Clearly, I'm busy doing all this god stuff. Walking about, thinking about stuff, solving problems, inventing problems to solve. Would
Oh
you
dude, you're the
mind?
guy who
Or off doing her own thing.
posted
I'm
the
a big deal.
skips.
If I had a goddess, I'd assume
Sakura.
she'd be around me
Welcome,
most
dude.
of the time. But I feel
I'm glad
like
you could
too
make it.
busy with all these challenges to possibly
So the
take
skips
up
are
all
like,
of my
okay,
attention.
so the skips
I
in
mean,
chapter
to be
2,
fair, it's
I've
likely to destroy her, given
actually
her
seen
godlike
before. Like
intensity.
I've found
Maybe I
those
make
on my
my
own,
image.
but
That
the trick
would
that
be
really stood out to me
amazing
was the
to
one
me.
in
Oh, we
prologue,
have so
but
much in common.
that's...
Quite like her to be live.
So okay, so I attempted the
First,
bridge
be
skip in
alive.
chapter
Being
2,
alive is somewhat a prerequisite for
and
being
I
lively,
failed it, but
not created live
I was
yet.
still able to do it pretty quickly and
I
recover.
see
Because like
so
if you just fall off, you can just rotate the
Not
bridge and
knowing
do
as
the
I
regular
should know.
strat. So that was fine,
More light.
but
Slight obsession
I was trying to
with
do the
light,
trick
yeah.
in prologue
Why can I be
during my first
surprised?
run today.
If I'm all
I was just
knowing,
messing
then
around
I
with
should
it and
know
like
all. Perhaps
I got
there's
it
a
like
moment when
twice
God created.
in like a 20-minute time period of
Sometimes when I ask these questions,
trying
I
to
wish
get
I
it,
could
which is
respond.
like,
Wish there was someone out there
oh
listening,
shit,
hearing
dude.
these
Alright,
words.
well, there goes
How could they tell
probably
me even
wrong.
if they were listening? I've never heard
That's
their
because
voice.
I
If a voice
jumped in
came
the
down
wrong
from the sky to
direction.
talk to me, I'd probably think I was
But yeah, so I was
crazy.
trying to
But in case
get the
anyone's
prologue
listening,
skip where you like
I
jump
have a
onto the
surplus of
ledge, like in
gold.
between the button and the
If you'd like
ledge,
to
and
pop by my
it was
universe, I
really
could
tough.
give you some
Like
friendship
it's
for gold,
terribly
straight
inconsistent,
upgrade.
and I don't know. I mean, I tried for a few minutes
I
to
make a lot of mistakes
find a
in
way to do
missteps.
it consistently,
And
but
God make mistakes.
there was nothing I could really
A
do.
mistake
I don't
is
know if you have a
something
trick to it or something,
unintended. Am I an imperfect God?
but I could not do it.
Perhaps I'm not a god at all. Oh, no. Let's not be silly. Of course I'm God. Still, no companion.
So if you have any tips, man, for getting those like bumps up consistently, that'd be really helpful. Spin around to get motion sickness, yeah, man. Vampire Bugatti, welcome, dude. Never seen you before, so I'm glad you could make it. And this game is basically like a really simple puzzle game. It seems like a low budget, like kind of indie game. It's not the best, but I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know. It's free right now on Xbox One, so that's why I got it, and that's why I've been speedrunning it. It's just like a simple puzzle game. I mean, I guess the story's pretty cool, so if you can get it for free, I'd say get it. Just play through it. But I'm speedrunning it now because I enjoy speedrunning, so. So yeah, the narrator thinks, that's what's interesting about this game, Tomato. Like, the narrator thinks he's God, right? And he's kind of talking to himself, but he doesn't know that you, the player, exist. So like, throughout most of the game he thinks like, yeah, he's like making these decisions and doing things, but then he starts to realize like, wait a minute, like I'm doing these things and solving these puzzles, but like if I'm God, why am I giving myself puzzles to solve? That doesn't make any sense. And he's like, if I'm God, why does it feel like I'm not moving by my own will, but I'm moving like, I'm moving around by like, it feels like some other force is moving him around and he's just an observer, right? So basically by saying that he's referring to you, the player, right? Moving him around and solving puzzles, and he just feels like he's observing, but it confuses him, right? Because he thinks he's the god of this world because he's the only one that exists, right? And it's pretty cool, right? Because at the end he's like, oh no, like I figured it out, like I'm not doing anything, like you're the one who's like controlling me and silently observing and making me do all these things, but like for what purpose, you know? So it's pretty cool. I don't know. I thought it's an interesting idea, right? But I mean, the game itself is just pretty poorly made.
I have two observable natures as far as
It's like obviously made by somebody who's probably their first video game ever. But I can appreciate the idea behind it. They had, you know, genuine, I guess, genuine desire to make a quality game, right? They weren't necessarily skilled or had, maybe it was just budget-wise, right? They didn't have the ability to make like a AAA title, right? But with what they had, I think they did a really good job.
I have my words. Words are the product of a mind.
It's a good experience. I didn't regret playing it, I can tell you that.
I am. Cogito ergo sum. I move, so I have a body.
This is the last chapter of the game, and then it's the epilogue
a connection with the world
at the end.
I cannot know.
This is the last like puzzly chapter. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read your messages, Sakura. I'm not ignoring you, this is kind of a section where I have to look at what's going on. So back in the early days of this game, there was a possible skip for the chapter we were just on, but we couldn't find a way to get back in bounds. Oh, nice. Spend a decent angle in between objects and spam jump while moving the left thumbstick back and forth. Yeah, but like, what do you mean decent angle? What is a decent angle? Also, hi, Buffalo Gaming. Dude, Sakura, this is a trick that I found yesterday, actually. It's pretty cool.
Do I approach the end of the world?
Oh, shit, I think I screwed it up. I'll try it anyway.
Definitely the most important thing.
Might lose the run to it, but
these orbs
whatever.
love me, bowing to my sight.
It's not like
my
world record
perspective.
pace or anything.
My
No, I got it.
is
It's all
truly
good.
crucial to the world.
You can like skip those other light bulbs if you do that.
It brings me
Pretty cool. And then you can skip all these too and just get it all the way into the room. And yeah, it is breaking the fourth wall a lot. The voice for what? Sorry, I can't really read that. Gonna have to like follow this eye around. As soon as like, okay, I can read a little bit now.
I don't think I'd take it well if I spent my life controlled
Breaking the fourth wall simulator. I already just saw that. This game looks like a device for that computer encyclopedia. I mean, like, I forgot what it was called, but I think I know what you're talking about. You have to make a Beam NG drive indie game. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what that means.
Words, even my words, I could be anything. Maybe I'm just words on a page, a script on a screen, an actor, a voice, a character, a visage.
And split. Any 90 degrees or less is decent, all others are obtuse. What do you mean 90 degrees? 90 degrees to what? Like for the stair skip in chapter 2, section 2, I look at the ground a little bit. Get it consistently, but it's different for every player boost. Yeah, the stair skip in chapter 2 though is like, it's like not really that much time. It's like 2 seconds if you get it instantly. So I kind of, like when I first found it, I was like, I don't really think it's worth it right now, just because
the end of the path,
it's such a small time save, right? Because it's like, I don't know, we have a 22-minute game here and there's like bigger skips.
Surrounded by trees. Ready
And, like,
to hear
to
them
lose a
clearly.
run on chapter 2
That serves
to like
to direct my
not getting
steps.
on top
Disturbing
of
that my steps are being
flames,
directed.
like
That's
with
an
your first
unwelcome
2 or
thought.
3
I am
jumps.
aware, but I don't
It
feel
didn't really
in
make
control.
sense to me, or
I
at least
feel
at
a
this
lack of
moment it doesn't
control
make
and a
sense right
control
now.
beyond my own. I don't want to roll away this stone. That nagging thought again. Why am I continuing?
Alright, Tomato, I'm sorry. It was an alright check.
This is the progress I desired. The
Hey,
destination
Ty
I
Dix.
set out for
I
at
mean,
the
Ty
beginning.
Binks.
The knowledge I grasped for.
Ty Dix
The end
69.
of the road. There's no way
This is the
back.
part where he realizes that
Knowledge feels
somebody else is
dangerous
controlling.
now. The stone is
If you want to
rolled
read
away, and
the
in here I can
subtitles
see
or
shadows
listen, I
dance
don't know
on
if you
the
can hear.
walls. Projections. All this time I felt a presence watching over me. I felt a control beyond my own. No!
And he like
no,
messes with your
get off
camera
me,
and he's like, don't
get
go.
off me.
I don't
can
want to
feel you,
progress.
distant
And it's
person,
really annoying because
controlling
like
my
you have to
every
look
step.
at these fucking
You've been
eyes.
here since the beginning, watching. Malevolent or benevolent, it makes no difference. You have no right. Get off. The
Stop
door
it.
is closed. I can't go back. Well, did you
Dick.
pay your price for your slave? You deserve to control me. Is it your right? Is it? Go on, tell me, what was my price? You stand there in the distance. I can see it now. I cannot see your
This
face,
is the last
but I
level.
feel you like a rushing wind. You guide my steps. You
It might be
order my
close to record,
steps.
I'm not sure.
No. No.
I can't say I'm
Look
exactly
away.
sure
Why should we go
where we are
here?
compared to
There's
record.
no reason. Why must we travel through every door you wish?
But there were
Elucidate
some
me.
significant
What about
mistakes.
Me, my desires. Let's just wait here forever.
Oh fuck, dude.
I've never been alone.
I hate that.
You move my world, manipulate me. All of this
So close to
time,
getting through it,
trace my
but
every footstep.
just went a little bit
I
early.
trust you. You've been watching over me secretly, silently since the beginning of time. I want to go. There's no other way but forward now. From infinite. A leap of faith. Don't touch that. You don't even know what it's for.
Alright,
It's
so
a game. I'm not.
that was a
real.
26-25
You've been watching me for all this time. Since the beginning of the universe.
full game timer.
But you didn't say
What was my
anything.
world record time? Let me
You
see.
sat silently. Apparently, you think it's okay to just watch a person for hours.
26-36. Dude, I think we just got a world record.
You're into